All right. Hello, everyone. And hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to today's live stream. I am here excited. I hope you are also as equally excited about today's event. Today is about answering your questions. It's going to be not just us talking, but more about you getting clarification on everything that you've heard so far, you've read so far, as we make preparations towards the convention in New Jersey. So please, we are here to make sure you truly get the information you need to register. In the last video that we shared, which has equally been sent to you via email, we talked about the new process that we've implemented to ensure membership recognition, because that is the bedrock of our union, the members of chapters that make things happen. So it is critically important that this is explained, clearly defined, and whatever doubts that anyone who is out there may have about why are we doing this, right? It's we have those explanations ready for you. But to get us going and to bring the rest of the team that is going to be answering those questions as we await the questions to start coming in, either through our WhatsApp forum or either through the YouTube channel, we are going to have a an interlude of music, infotainment, and then we'll bring on the full panel. Enjoy. All right, all right, all right. Welcome back. Uh, folks, I am here with the President, Chief Executive Officer of BFU-USA in the persons of Tarawani Ray Banafti. And we have here your Chief Operations Officer in the person of Judith Abalon Tiju. And we are ready to get any questions that you may have answered, you know, because we assume, and it could be that we are wrong, and that would be fun. That whenever there is a new process, people have questions, and so uh, why don't we start with a word from our president about the importance of membership to our union.
Beru Tantung, and I want to thank everyone who is here this evening and to welcome you. It's very important, and we did promise you we'll always be out with you upfront with communication on everything that we do and engage you in that conversation. It's not just a one-way street where we talk to you. It is an interactive communication, effective communication where we talk to you, we listen to you, and then you give us your feedback. And this is just one of those sessions that we yes, promise you we will engage in effective communication with the union. It's been a very tasking exercise, and I want to thank immensely uh, Joe here, who is having a hell of a baptism, and he's standing her own. And it's very brilliant and very, very encouraging that we are having this process. It's a transition, and for someone like her to step up, take the bull by the horns and is standing her own, I think is something we should really, really appreciate and thank her for all the important service that is providing to the union. I'm always in the background say Ashia, yeah, Ashia, Ashia, because you see
Yes,
the task that she has and the various questions that people pose to her individually is like a full-time job, and still has to go her 9 to 5, right, to keep the family going. So thank you so much, and I just look forward to
my
everyone
pleasure.
joining in and making sure that we clear up this thing. Of course, I don't think you can be wrong too. When there is change, it's always a process, and people sometimes don't want to move along when change comes. But I want to stress the importance of what we are doing and to make sure that all of this is just meant to service you, the members of BFU, because without you, if we didn't have any person in New Jersey as an effective chapter, it would be difficult for us to put it ashore there. So
It's
that is
true.
part of why we are bringing everyone together to make sure that members first, others second, and then we can be able to live the mission of BFU-USA. And I'm very glad that we've embarked on this journey. Just come with us, ride with us. We will get there, and everyone will be excited that we did what we're doing now.
Well
Brilliant.
said, Mr. President. And of course, our very dear Jew is the lady of the hour. We are here to provide her with all the support. It is truly her office that is overseeing all of this and making sure that when we get to Madra, we have an excellent time. And so, why don't we do this? Why don't we give our Chief Operations Officer some time to do a recap of what the process is and why it is critically important, right? There are some steps that we've already talked about, but if people are like me, the hair is graying and all, information comes like that, and then it's like, what did you say again? So please, as the questions, if you see me looking this way, is because I am monitoring what is happening online so that I can get the questions. So we're going to give a moment to our Chief Operations Officer to do a recap of the process that we put in place to truly prioritize our members that make our union work. Joe.
Yes. Thank you, Ntum. Thank you so much. Mr. President, thank you for all of that. I actually, Elvis and I are very grateful for the support that you've been showing us and everyone else who's been working behind the scene to get us to where we are today, in our registration process and in making sure that the convention happens as scheduled in July. So, like we said in our video last week, this year we're trying to do things a little bit differently. And just like Mr. President said, we want to prioritize ourselves, our members. For so long we tend to do things we did things a little differently, and sometimes that got in the way and we found ourselves, especially our members, lagging behind. But this time around we want to make sure that our members are at the foremost of our convention. And this also comes with registration. How do you prove that you're a member, a registered member? You have to be approved by your chapter. You have to be one affiliated to a chapter, and that chapter has to recognize you as an active member in the chapter to be able to qualify for you to register for the convention. If you already have an email that is registered within our CRM is our BFU USA website. If you already have an email that is registered in our website, which is the same email that you use to register for the convention, then you will be able to register using the registration link that was provided to you by your chapter president. You would also be given a $50 discount code that would allow for you to bypass the $50 annual registration fee because you already would have paid that at your chapter level. Now, if you hadn't done that before, if you hadn't paid your chapter dues at your national dues, I'm sorry, if you had not paid your $50 national dues at your chapter level, then you will not get that discount code because that discount code is only for those who have paid national dues at the chapter level so that you don't double pay. Once you have done that and once you have clicked on the registration profile, if you have multiple people coming under you in the convention, if you're registering your family, you would unfortunately have to do it several times in the sense that you will register yourself first, then you add your teenagers and dependents, and then you can add other adults that are coming in under you if they're guests. If your partner is coming in as a delegate, as a registered delegate, they would have to register separately as a delegate to be able to get their pass and be recognized as a delegate. If you have, let me say, families coming to visit you from out of state, or out of the country, whatever the case may be, you would have to register those family members under you as the delegate. You, the delegate, your family members will benefit from your membership to be able to, they'll benefit from your membership by getting of course, the benefits of the convention, being able to attend the events, being able to have food and all of that. But you will need to register them individually under your registration and then pay the extra costs that comes with registering those extra individuals under your name in addition to your own. If you're a sustainer member, I would have already given, I am in the process of giving out sustainer discounts. But if you're a sustainer member, you get a discount code that allows you to register the number of people that are based on the package that you got. For some people is one adult and no dependents. For some people is two adults and no dependents. For some sustainer programs is two adults and two dependents. So or your package depends, or your discount depends on the package that you got. And the package that you got the amount of the discount will be based on the package that you got. And that's what the discount will be able to take out when you're registering for the convention. There was a question about international visitors or international attendees. At this time, what we're doing is that if there are any international people, international be a boy descendants that want to attend the convention here in the USA, we would suggest that they reach out to any chapter that is close to them or that they know someone or that is in within that chapter and get affiliated with that chapter and satisfy the requirements for being a chapter member of that particular chapter, and then we can be able to they can register as an affiliate of that chapter to be able to attend the convention. I'm trying to see if there's anything I missed. I think I covered most of it.
Yes, I think you did. Part of the reasoning, folks, is I may sound horrible because the spring and my allergies
Allergies.
have attacked me so badly. It's a convention by definition is for members of a particular organization. And so attending a convention simply means you belong to that organization. And the sense of belonging is what we celebrate. So so please, like our CEO is saying, affiliate yourself to a chapter and then get yourself to the convention. Now, if you have questions about how do you get that affiliation, of course, we are ready to help. If you really like a particular chapter based on something they did in a previous convention, and that is what is attracting you, and you're trying to say, who is the president of that chapter? We are here to provide you with that information.
That
People come to the
information, yes.
convention for specific reasons. It could be
That's
that they
right.
listen to the long sea of Georgia, and that moved them to want to come to the convention. Or they watch the Young Dance from New Jersey, and they're like, oh my God, this reminds me of home. Or then they watch the Don from Minnesota, and the other Dons that are from the other chapters, and they're like, whoa, this is, are we in top in here? Are we in squares? So whatever it is, because there's always something special. Okay, all the chapters are equal, but every chapter has a particular unique attribute that attracts you.
Absolutely.
So please do that, because without that, then you are merely a guest. And until we've satisfied our members, we cannot go out to guest. Charity begins at home. So once
Correct.
we ensure that all our chapters members and the privileges that come from being a chapter member have been satisfied, then of course we want people to come and see how beautiful BFU-USA is. Then at that point, then we can do that. I think, and Gumba from Houston. Thank you, Noella. I'm watching online here. So, oh, Gumba from Houston. If that is what you
Absolutely.
want, of course, right? Please, by all means, reach out and then affiliate yourself with Houston. I'm talking
And,
about Gumba. I'm looking forward to more of that.
and
Yeah.
don't be surprised to if something great comes out from Houston. I think they are blessed so this year to have a very dynamic, culturally enthusiastic, and passionate chapter president. And I don't know, I've not heard anything, but I think I'm looking forward to Houston this year. It may be more than the Goomba, or even if it's Goomba, it will be taken up a little
A
notch
notch.
above what we've seen before. So
Hey,
watch out,
hey, hey, hey.
Houston.
The bar is being set so high. Expectations are being set here. So no pressure, everybody. Just bring what you got. We'll deal with it. But know that we're
Uh,
expecting like this.
as we say in Lamso, we them care for more when your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Every chapter care for more. I wash the man. We are trying to move.
That's right. That's
Absolutely.
right. That reminds me of a song we used to sing. Anyway, moving on.
No, 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 I want to hear that song.
I can't quite remember the words of the song. I'm going to remember.
Láyọ̀bá àìfọmọwọ́, bọ́njẹ́ àkọ́ìtì fọmọwọ́, fọmọwọ́ tàrí fọmọwọ́. It's not that one. Bọ́njẹ́ àkọ́ìtì
Mm-mm.
fọmọwọ́. Because that's another one about the
With
gift.
some care from over, who learn for
There you
nyeta.
go.
Then care can save no boku for nyeta. Ah, that's
There
it.
Uh-huh.
you
Yes.
go.
So
We have, you see, we have a lot of songs about FOMO because there's this other one that I was just
exactly.
trying to say, and it's like, I'm okay, my job, or I'm okay, my soon is soon, I'm okay, my check it.
Tata funny will
There
lie
you
on
go.
my. It's the same one.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
All right. I
so I
think
want to take a moment to
we'll
thank
just hand
those
the
who are
mic
watching
to.
online.
Mhm.
I want to take a moment to thank those who are online now, watching us and listening to this. Thank you. For those who are just joining, this is the BFU-USA Convention Town Hall session event that allows for members to ask questions and get answers live right now. So please, by all means, ask the questions. We are here to respond to those questions. Uh, I'm not seeing any question come on. I want to make sure that as we are talking, we're also monitoring. I monitor online right now. I've not seen any question come on. So I'm going to uh, play a bit of long
Tony,
simple.
before you do, I
Yeah.
want to plead with those that are online right now to think about it together with their chapter presidents. There is an ask that as we come today for the chapter presidents to be able to find out if chapters can commit to a football team. Now we have a lot of things up our sleeves for the convention this year. So chapter presidents, please reach out to your members just as we're talking and have this conversation among yourselves so that we can get as much feedback as we can from this town hall. It's going to be a give and take. So we're expecting to hear back from you. We're expecting your questions. I'm here to answer whatever questions you have. Reach out to your chapter president so that information. I don't want to let the entire cat out of the bag. So I will let the chapter presidents handle that within their chapters so that okay, something like that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So why don't we uh, get a bit of a musical break here while we see whether there are any questions that will filter in. Folks, this is your hour. This is going to run for an hour. This is an opportunity for you to ask any question that you may have about the registration, and we are here to respond to those questions. We want to make sure that after today, we will have filtered so many of the questions, and you are not reaching out privately to me or to the member of the executive or to you
Mm-hmm.
or the
Mm-hmm.
president to ask them questions that you could have asked now, so that as we answer them, many people benefit from whatever your doubt may be. All right. So, folks, let's take a musical break. And when we come back, we are going to share our screen and again show some, for those who may not have watched the video, to again show what you see when you get to that link about the registration. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. This is BFU-USA TV channel, Leak Bobby News. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. A little bit of some Nyangbe, that is right there in what we used to call, call it the katia, right? It kind of makes you feel the kind of substance of nostalgia, right? And these folks are really,
Yes,
they're really doing an amazing job. Uh, in these performances that have emerged, our culture is alive. Our culture is alive, and we are very grateful for that. And so I have not uh, uh, seen any question uh, come in. I want to acknowledge Shay Yobe's greetings to the leadership team. Thank you. We appreciate that. To all of you who are watching online, thank you for all your comments. We appreciate them. We are here because of you, and absolutely, uh, for those who have just joined in, just to as part of the family, absolutely, we appreciate you just being there, and this is part of the fun, right? That
absolutely. Yes.
this platform that we are using, a lot is happening. I'm not going to say anything more than just that, but more just to say that stay tuned. Your chief operation officer is planning a way to ensure that beginning today, remember, the promo was convention countdown is starting today. So beginning
Mm-hmm.
today, that there is just information outpouring about what is happening at the chapter, what is happening wherever, flights and
Mm-hmm.
things, right? That all of those information is available to you. One thing that we need to make sure you get right now is from today, we have a week for priority registration. Priority registration for our awesome members that you all are. Priority registration. Why is this critically important? We understand that many of you may not have had rooms. And you and I, we talked about that in the last broadcast. You may not have had rooms. So we want to make sure you register first so that we can now know the number of our members that are registered. And then if you already registered for the convention, you don't have a room, want to make sure you have a room, right? Whether that means going and taking the room away from somebody who just jumped and went and used our code, which is a privilege of membership. Please, when you use a code and get a discount, don't think that you are just very fast. Oh, I was just working and that code came in and I went and got a room. That is the privilege reserved for our members. So
Correct.
if you did that, we reserve the right to take the room away from you and give to our members who don't have rooms. But how do we know how to do that? Is when you've registered for the convention, and then we can say, okay, yes. Have we do we have enough rooms? Do we need to request enough rooms for our
Mm-hmm.
members? Even if we don't take away the room from you who has used our privilege, you will not have access to the convention center.
Correct.
Okay? You can reach New Jersey and you have a room. You can enjoy being there. You can also enjoy being at the parking lot and all of that. At the lobby. It's the hotel. Anybody can come to the hotel. Nobody's going to stop. We are not renting the hotel, right? So please register beginning. If you have not done so, please hurry register. All right. And when you
Yes,
do,
absolutely.
let your chapter president know that you don't have a room. Please let them know. All right. Do you have not seen any question
Then that
coming?
means we did a good job, Tung. We did a good job with our presentation last week.
It's a good thing, right? I am not
I
yearning for any
think
question.
so.
Right? Make no mistake about it.
I think so. I must
Yeah,
give a shout out to New Jersey chapter. They're the highest number of registers at this point. So kudos to New Jersey.
Yes.
Um,
there you go.
they're doing a great job with registration, and I see other members trickling in with registration. Please don't wait till the last minute to register because, like Tung said, your access to the convention is going to be your name badge. And we want to make sure that we have all of those things sorted out before we even get to New Jersey. We're not going to be printing any badges in New Jersey. We're not going to be receiving any Cash App, Zelle, PayPal at the door in New Jersey for anything whatsoever. There's not going to be any accommodations for that. Your pass to any of the convention sites will be your ID badge, your tag that we will give to you out of because your delegate tag from when you register. So it's imperative that we do registration when we have the registration window. Don't wait till the last minute because priority again, of course, is going to be given to those that have registered first for rooms to be gotten. So I know that there are a lot of people that are like, "Oh, I didn't get a room. I'm not going to register. I'm not going to come for the convention." Well, you're shooting yourself in the foot and you're depriving yourself of a very much needed vacation and a very much needed time with brothers and sisters from other states. Don't do that. Please register, attend the convention. We'll ensure that you get a room, but prior to you getting there, just register for the convention and come join us. Give us a chance. I know it's been slow. I know that it's probably been a lot more quieter than you're accustomed to, but give us a chance. So many moving parts at one time. Just give us a chance. Register for the convention and come and see.
And I'm very happy that you mentioned that, Joe. Is
Hmm.
critically important for folks to know that we are not doing any cash, whatever transaction at the doors of the convention hall.
Hmm.
We are not registering people at the convention.
Hmm.
We're not receiving payments at the convention. Those folks that have been working so hard to make sure that they organize this convention equally, they've got the right to have some fun and family time at the convention ground, in addition to every other thing else that we'll be doing. So just do your little part. We have enough time. Get all of this sorting out, and anything else that we have, we will be able to resolve some of those issues, and make sure that everyone is having a good time, at the
Hmm.
convention, in addition to other logistical issues that we have to do to make sure that our delegates and members, are taken good care of. So please, this one is not something that you can doubt us. There is no money transaction at the convention ground in New Jersey. Let's finish everything prior to arriving at the convention. I just thought I should stress that the way you've mentioned, and thank you for that.
Absolutely, Mr. President. Thank you.
And so that takes us to what I promised, like taking people back on the screen. And I'm going to be
Hmm.
responding to a question there from my very good friend Noella. You wanted a reminder of how much the registration is and the different ways and forms of payment. And before I do that, I want to acknowledge what my brother Shay Jobez said about chapter affiliation being the first step. And so, if you are an international guest who loves coming to the US in the summer to enjoy the the convention, if you get affiliated to the chapter, that is the first step, as our president they say,
Hmm.
which means you need to be kind of tuning into their meetings
Hmm.
via Zoom, which means you need to know what is happening in that chapter, which means you need to be truly a member of that
Of that
chapter.
chapter.
When they are celebrating a baby, whether you are in Europe or wherever you are coming from, you are celebrating with them. If there is a criteria in that chapter, you are part of that chapter. If they are prepared with the
Hmm.
convention, you know what is going on. And when you get there early, you start making sure that you practice your own down step. So that when they are, whether you are answering from behind, you are answering as a member of that chapter. So yes, the chapter affiliation is just the first step. So let's take a look at what happens when you get uh, uh, the when you for those who had already uh,
For
for
those
those
who
who
have
had
emails in the CRM.
yes, for those who have emails in the CRM. So let me see whether I can share my screen. Just give me a second here. while I see my screen to share. It is not letting me. I'm using just 1 minute monitor today, so it's a little tricky.
I was gonna ask that how come my super talented IT man
I'm
who
using
has
just one
all
monitor
these
today.
moving parts?
So there is so what I'm gonna say as I'm trying to get this working is that no, I don't want to share us on the screen. So your question, Noella, is fees for different activities and all of that. And so when you go online, when you receive the link online, and I'm going to send the link right now. I know you are watching via our TV channel on YouTube. So you're gonna get the link right now, and it's coming right now uh, to you. So I just sent the link. For those who are online, you're gonna see a link pop up on YouTube there. When you open that link, you are going to see a place where you can click to register. When you click to register, there is going to be
A
a
request for
requirement
your
for the
email.
email. When you put in the email, if you are a member of a chapter, that email, if you're a member of a chapter, that's the email you provided to your chapter president. That's the email we have for you that identifies you as a member of that chapter. The
Mhm.
system will recognize you as a member of that chapter, right? And it will let you continue. If you are the kind of person that a chapter president, when you see them, you're just like, that's a level that one thing. Now, you are going to go back to that chapter president. You will make sure you regularize yourself within that chapter, because until the chapter president approves you as a member of the chapter, you cannot register for the convention. So those who have been approved by their chapter presidents, the system will recognize them, and then you can then proceed following those steps that you was talking about. The form of payment, of course, is either your debit or your credit card, okay, and then you can pay. So that answers the question of form of payment. So you simply pay online via our portal, right? So there is no cash payment. There is the question of the wristband. We are not going to be using the wristband because the wristband doesn't identify you. It is your badge that you wear around your neck, like every other organization, like every other place you go to, right? For those of us who do a lot of events, in Las Vegas for business, you go there, you are wearing your badge. You wear your badge, okay? It allows you into the convention environment. We can look into whether we should actually do wristband, but that will be probably just in addition to the badge, not as alternative, right? So badges that identify people pay their membership. If you are in the president's club, it's going to be color coded. We want people to know that you are of our president's club, and your badge says that, and it has a different color because we are proud of you. I want you to take pride in your support of the union as a member of the president's club, and whatever sustaining membership level you are, your badge will say so and will signify you as such, right? So we are going to make sure, Mr. President, I'm muting you for a little bit because there's a bit of uh, noise that is coming from your area. So, so folks want to make sure that we truly demonstrate the level of professionalism. I demonstrate the level of finesse that our people know us to be. Every organization in the country, all right, immigrant organization, especially from Cameroon, they know that BFU-USA is number one. And that is where we are. Partly because we are not a new organization. We are more than 40 years old already. And our members deserve the right to feel that they are part of an organization that knows what it takes to organize an event that is for them. Right. Let's see any other question uh, that is coming in. Whether there's a process in place to replace badges that are lost or misplaced. No, we don't want to allow, please, our COO is already saying that repeatedly. Here is why we don't want to entertain the idea of badges being lost or misplaced. We don't want a situation in which somebody is actually playing some hanky panky and trying to play some games and giving their badge to somebody. All right. Since we have this year, we are not going to have pictures on the badges, but going forward in the years to come, badges will have also, when people are uploading their information, they upload their picture, but that's not going to happen this year. So we don't want to entertain the idea of lost badges, because what happened to the badge is that your ID. All right. What is happening to your badge? We are there for 3 days, and you cannot have your badge Friday morning when we had all the badges, and you come the very next day, you say on Saturday, I say you lost the badge. Between Friday and Saturday, there's something wrong. So please, no lost badges. So if you lose your badge, you know you are not going to get into the convention center. It's as simple as that. No lost badges, because we are not going to be able to be printing badges. We are not going to carry a printer to the convention center. So we are being very upfront about this, so that people should come ready to hang your badge on your neck and guard it. All right. What is the process for sustaining members? Is it the same process for all members? Yes and no. And can you take that on, please? You are muted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me take on sustaining. So with sustaining members, the idea is that, first, thank you for being a sustaining member. Just like a car needs oil to run, we need oil to run our union. And thank you for providing that constant petrol that is getting our engines rolling. So with sustaining membership, we look at the calendar year. Okay, to benefit from your sustaining membership, you had to have been up to date with your sustaining dues, contributions, from the beginning of the year to the end of the calendar year the previous year. So for example, to be eligible to benefit for your sustainer benefits for the 2023 convention in New Jersey, you have to have completed and honored your contributions from January 2022 all the way to December 2022 to be able to benefit for to be able to enjoy your sustainer benefits in 2023. Now, if you just enrolled in your sustainer program in 2023, you would be able to benefit from from your sustainer membership in 2024 at the next convention. But the caveat is you would have to have made sure that you're up to date with your contributions from January of 2023 all the way up to December of 2023 to be able to benefit for the sustainer benefits in 2024. Let's say, for example, that in 2022 you were a sustainer member, but for some reason life happened and the card got lost and something happened and you were not able to complete your contributions for the end of the year. You have an opportunity, if you would like to benefit from your membership, to catch up on that and make your lump sum payment that were pending for 2022 to be able to enjoy the benefits in 2023, or just scratch that and start over for 2023 and then enjoy the benefits of your sustainer program in 2024. I hope that makes sense.
I think it does. Yes, Mr. President.
You shut my mic up, so I'm talking and you can't hear me.
Your mic is very sharp.
Anyway,
There was a bit of background noise. So
no, 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 no. You're right. Yeah, I get you. I get that. So just a joke, though. Yeah, I just want to add to what Joe has so eloquently uh, clarified or explained. The idea is that when you enroll in the Sustainer program this year, and we give you the benefits. We don't know if after July some strange things happen and you can't complete your commitment, and therefore we don't have any other way of enforcement. We trust your good faith. We know that, but we just want to make sure that we protect the union so that we're running it very prudently. So it is very important that if you just started this year, I just want to emphasize so folks can understand this. Uh, you cannot have those benefits just because you enrolled. You have this year some who enrolled in January and elapsed in March or February, or enrolled in March and or in February and elapsing in
April.
April. Or March. It's kind of difficult to like rely on the fact that, oh, you said you're going to pay this. So we just want to make sure that when we're giving you benefits this year, is to say thank you for the commitment you have had in the prior year. And we just, if you want to really like take advantage of that benefit this year, maybe if you can just pay up the entire amount upfront for the 12 months of the year for your commitment. Yeah, I think Jew is a very caring, reasonable person. He will be able to kind of like say, you know what? No, we trust you. Thank you so much. Let's just ride on. That's part of the family. So those are other ways that you could, if you really want to support the union, do that, and then the union will show that appreciation for what you've done.
Mhm.
thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Mr.
President.
President.
If some of you saw me bending down like that, I was trying to get a bit of rainbow in my cup. So you saw me bending like that. I was just, let's get something
Don't.
for, just for clarity. So, folks, I want to go back to one question that was asked that I kind of didn't get to very clearly, and it's about fees for different activities, right?
Oh,
So, one of the
registration. Go ahead. Go ahead, Tung. I'm sorry.
oh no, I was just going to say that we have for our members, it is a $200 flat fee, and
Mhm.
we want to stress that with the inflation, $200 is not enough for everything you're going to be getting the entire weekend. $200. Okay, so it covers everything from your meals to the entertainment, right, to the beautiful hall and the decorations and all of that. $200 doesn't cut it. So it is a benefit of membership. So that's why we are not breaking it by activities. So it could be that the question is, for those who are not members, is there going to be a cost element to, let's say, a Friday event? If I'm trying to interpret maybe part of that question, or to a
Mhm.
Saturday gala, it could be
Mhm.
that. And I think you can talk a little bit about that.
Yes. So until I don't want to say there'll be or there won't be, there's a likelihood that there'll be an opportunity for us to open it up to guests that would just want to attend either Friday or Saturday. But all of that will be contingent on how many members we have attending and the capacity of our hall. If our members meet our capacity, then unfortunately we will not be able to accommodate any additional visitors. You understand what I'm saying? Because we're making sure that our members are the priority of what we're doing, of why we're there. So, if in the event that we do have additional room for additional guests, yes, there'll be a fee that will be levied per event. I don't we don't have a set price yet for what that fee will be, but we will communicate that as we go forward. The anticipation at this moment is that we will be at full capacity based on our membership, based on the reservations that we currently have.
Perfect. In addition to that, our members enjoy the privilege of adding guests to their registration.
Mhm,
That's the privilege of being an active member of BFU USA, that you
mhm,
can add a guest. A question came in about those who are in states without a chapter. We have said it and we'll said it repeatedly, and that was also in the last video. That for
mhm.
those who are in mainland USA, or those who are even in our neighboring, in our quieter brother to the north, Canada, that they can affiliate themselves to whatever state, right, that they want. Affiliation. That you choose a state. Say, okay, I'm going to be participating through this chapter. In our last video, I gave an example of members of Minnesota chapter that are in Seattle, right, in Washington State. They are as farther away from us as people living in Winnipeg, which is just north of us here. We border Canada, right, to the north of our state, right? So they are farther away from us than some people here in Canada. So please affiliate yourself with the chapter, and that is just the beginning, but it's the affiliation, so that when you are part of that chapter, you can also enjoy other privileges that come with what the president ruled out, right? The family assistance program. There is a lot of
Exactly.
benefits that come with
Yes.
belonging to our chapters. All right. Now, on the issue of membership, another question is about, do sustaining members have to belong to a chapter? Yes.
Yes.
Membership is the foundation of our union. Membership. So remember, sustaining members, sustaining members. The regular members is just regular membership, right? So there are different categories of membership. Folks, we are moving towards a time that we would love to have all of you be a sustaining member. You love this union. There is no reason why you should only think about the union during the convention. Please, please stay tuned. Our COO she's working on something that she's going to be sending out that will truly again encourage you to sign up and be a sustaining member for the union that you love. Question. Uh, I hope I answered the question about the people living in other states. Genevieve, thank you for that question. I know you were like being very worried. The emoji that you said is the very worried emoji. So I hope that answered that question, and now you are a very happy person, happy camper. Uh, so please, if you have for additional question, the email to send it to is info@bfusa .org. BFU-USA-BFU-USA.org. So there's a question about the artist. Whether is the leadership working on some kind of artist for the convention?
Register and come to the convention and find out.
I love that. I love that.
That's a good
Come
Uh,
one.
find out.
oh, Esther, you cannot only be thinking, my sister. You cannot be thinking about becoming a sustaining member. Please, you are already so. Please,
So this is, while we're on it, right? Let me just share some benefits. I'm going to just talk about this particular. I'm just going to throw one out, right? Diamond
okay.
Sustainer, for example. Um, a diamond sustainer would benefit a family with two dependents, right? Two children of at least 17 years and below. Um, and I want to assume, I know that we have larger families, but I'm going to use this average, right? I'm going to use this as an average. And the average age of some of our children is, between less than 17 or just slightly above. I'm just going to use the diamond sustainer as an example. So with a diamond sustainer, for instance, is a commitment to pay $100 every or to contribute. I'm going to use the word contribute versus pay because you're not paying, you're contributing to help sustain our union. And all of this is tax deductible at the end of the year. So you're contributing $100 every month to our union so that at the end of the year you would have contributed $1,200 to the union, and that was your donation to the union, which is tax deductible. The benefits that you get from that is that your national dues for you and another adult, as well as registration for you and another adult, are free. So you're already saving $500 off the bat, which is amazing. You don't get to see that anywhere else. I don't know which other generosity or which other company will be that much generous to their members. I have no idea. I've never seen it anywhere.
No,
But
it doesn't happen.
it definitely takes that little edge off, especially when you have to start thinking about buying plane tickets and getting, hotel rooms and stuff like that. It does benefit you as the member. We do recognize that, and we ensure that not only are you getting your annual dues waived and also your convention registration waived, but your two dependents that are less than 17 years old too are waived. And they come to the convention, you all are there at the convention, you get a particular recognition, you have VIP passes, and you also have four reserved seats on the table, on the VIP table. So not only are those little things, you have little perks that come with that. When we have our slideshows and things like that, different ways that we would choose as the years come to recognize and thank our sustainer members, you would be a benefactor of that. So I think that it's one, more economical, and two, it helps the union. Not only does it help the union, but it helps us do some of the things that we do for to carry out our projects, within the chapters, and also just as ourselves, as the union. So I think that it's a very good program to join. I would tell you from the beginning, I was skeptical at first until I became a sustainer. And I'm like, wow, man, yes, this is what I'm talking about, So trust me, it's not only about the benefits that you get as a sustainer, but there is also this peace or sense of peace or pride that you have within yourself to of helping your union, of assisting your union and contributing to the proper to the functioning of your union. It does give you that, at least me, it provides me, and I'm sure it does all our sustainers, give them some sense of accomplishment for being there for our union.
Again,
Uh,
yes.
if I may add here, Ntung, I know I'm a little bit very slow with valuations. I've never had sustainer program explained this way ever, as Drew has just nailed it here. I think it's nobody could put it any better.
Yeah.
Why you should do this sustainer program, and I think
Yeah.
it's just like the white man will say, "You eat your cake and have it right. You give
Mm-hmm.
money, take it back, and then have all the fun that you can have with your family."
Exactly.
As simple as that.
Exactly.
So it's that is such a very great explanation, Joe. And I may add here that, by the way, she cited the diamond. I think when we talk of in marketing as a flagship of the program, that's a popular sale. The diamond sustainer. That's a popular sale when you take
Mm-hmm.
everything and you align by numbers, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You realize that most people go for and think I I might have not been very quick with my arithmetic. People had those valuation and realized that that was the best thing to do to take the
Mm-hmm.
diamond. So
Mm-hmm.
think about it, folks. And like we say, we'll be looking forward and we actively we're starting here, and as Drew said, give us some time to get our wheels, on the rails. We'll be reaching out to each and every one. We know we are not the fingers are not the same, and do what is more comfortable to you. Even if you just decide to
Yes.
give $10 a month, that is huge. We appreciate that. The union will appreciate that, because there's a lot of things that we are going to embark on, the type of projects that we are embarking on, which is some of the conversations we'll be having at the convention,
Mm-hmm.
is part of what we call building sustainable impact. We will
Yes.
be doing and helping people with disaster issues, but we want BFU to have a track that we can be moving forward and know that within 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, we can look back and put the numbers in front of
In
everyone to
front
see
of us.
this is what we have done. These are enduring type of accomplishment that will last beyond ourselves and our time as members in the leadership or members in BFU-USA. So that is part of
Right.
what we're aiming at. We don't want to do things because want to have pictures and photographs here. Want to, by the time we're leaving, BFU should leave a very sustainable impact in the community. We have been doing so many of those. And
Mm-hmm.
one of the things that quickly always come to mind with some of us is like looking like projects like the Melim Health Center,
Mm-hmm.
where we built an entire health center, which is now like a hospital, I think, that the government had to take over. But the building blocks of that health unit was BFU-USA. And those are the type of things that I think we should look for and do. We may not do everything, but let's focus and create some of those things or complete some of those projects that really would last the test of time. So I just wanted to acknowledge and appreciate you for explaining. You are the chief explainer of the Sustainer program, right? So thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is beautiful, and this is what teamwork is about, and I'm very excited about the journey we are on, because it's a journey. The building blocks, be it of the Berlin Health Center that is now like a small hospital out there, or even the, I would call the digital transformation of our union, that we can be able to do this on a platform like this and have our members watching on YouTube and interacting on YouTube. We have our team members actually
Mm-hmm.
answering questions directly on YouTube. I want to give a special shout out to our one and only Chief Administrative Officer, right, Karen, who is responding even to questions as we speak online to members. Okay, so my dear, keep going. All right, that is how we do it. The question was whether the football teams could be made up of both men and women or mixed. And
Hey, that is a
okay,
great
our team
challenge,
member of the because of Team Red is responding to that online right now as we speak. Okay, that is what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And we have one of our ambassadors, Shea Bill. He was the one asking question about the badge, because he's of security, so he's always very concerned about the security and being able to make sure we maintain that. So we have a full team. And if you see questions about that coming, it's coming from Shea Bill, who's one of our ambassadors. And I'm congested, so I don't know how I sound. Yeah, I'm drinking some of this sha. I thought it was going to clear my sinuses, but I don't know. I don't know whether it is clearing my sinuses or not.
It makes it a little worse.
But to share Bill's suggestion, which is critically important, and I want to highlight what he just said about the ability of us downloading uh maybe the badges on their iPhones and things like that. Shay, that is a good suggestion. We are working to make sure that our app is back and running. For right now, what we can say is your physical badge, you need to guard it, right? The platform like the one we're using right now comes with money, right? It
Mm-hmm.
comes with people being sustainers that allow for us to build blocks like this, that allow for us for these kind of things to happen. For us to build our app to such a way that we can, when you register, you can simply just download your badge and have it on your BFU-USA app. Takes money. Hence, the need for sustaining members that get our union to that level of finesse that we want. And we are working on that. We are working on a situation in which when you are getting into the convention center, we scan your badge. Okay, all right. So that's if somebody is coming after you, and then we are scanning, and it's the same thing. We say, no, 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 no. This person already got it. Where are you coming with that badge?
Mhm.
No, that person's already in there. This badge is faulty. This is not right. So
Mhm.
please, we are building the blocks that make us truly do what others have already been doing for many years. So all these things are not new. Downloading the badge, adding it to your digital wallet, all of that is not new. But we need resources to be able to do that. Those resources come from people who have decided that maybe I can only do $25 a month.
Mhm.
$25. Okay? And that is it. Maybe I can do 50. Maybe I can do diamond. Whatever that amount is welcome, like our president said. No, Bill, you are asking people whether we can take a picture. No, we will not allow people to take pictures. That doesn't that. So, Bill, I'm going to just say that I can see your concerns. No, it's different when you upload your badge to your wallet than taking a picture and adding it. No, pictures will not hold it because the picture doesn't truly make it your badge. All right.
Right, right.
Let's be very clear about things we can and cannot do. For security reasons, you cannot take the picture of your driving license and say, "This is my drive." No, 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 no. It has to be your driving license and it's scannable. All right. You cannot take your picture of your bike and that replaces the badge. It has to be that it is a badge that is attached via your name to the digital wallet because it is part of the application, not a
And
picture.
that's if we get there. We're working right now with what we have is physical badges, you guys.
Yeah.
And we're adults, we should be expecting our children to lose our badges and not ourselves, right? So I would really want to encourage that we take ownership of our badges and guard them just like we would guard our wallets. Guard them like we would guard our property, right? Because that's the only way we would get in. Now, for the children, I understand that it might be a little bit difficult to monitor them and to make sure that they keep their badges. But I would suggest that you impress upon, I know when you give a child something and you tell them don't lose it, and impress how important it is that they don't lose that particular object, it's a 50-50. But most of the time they'll not they'll listen to you and kind of be proud of the fact that they weren't able to lose it all weekend. So please, I don't want us to get into the little gray areas of, I'm going to take a picture of my badge and I'm not, no, because I'm not going to be able to, I will not be at the doors to help you. We're going to have independent third parties verifying that information. And please don't be embarrassed when they tell you they can't let you in, because we're telling you this information right now from the get go. You need your badge to be able to be led into the convention grounds. So please don't let, I'm not going to be able to do anything about that during that day, on that day, around that time. I'm not sure any one of the leadership people will be able to help you at that point. Please guard your badges. Please guard your badges.
And you won't even be at the gate, or the members
No.
of the executive team will be at the gate to, like, help you
No,
out.
no.
So let's just do our part. I will say that, put it that way. Let's do our
Yeah,
part. Do the best
let's
we
do our part.
we can, and be responsible about it. And I think we'll be fine. So let's just hold our end of the service, and we'll be doing great.
Yeah.
And Tung, before you go, I keep on, I can't even lose sight. You mentioned two things which I failed to kind of just chip in a little bit. When you mentioned membership and the family assistance program, and then you talked about the sustainer membership, considerations. I want to just take this moment before we run up to just state the
Yeah.
fact that while we'll be launching, I mean, from every indication and the last first town hall that we had this year, and everything else that I've been getting the feedback from individuals and chapter representatives who have been running some of those, we will definitely, I don't see any reason why we should not launch the family assistance program this year. So And launching that, as we indicated, will be based on participation, will be based on membership, and membership will be defined by the BFU bylaws, which will be amended at the convention. So, one of the key things that stands out when it comes to membership is we will have one annual due contribution or payments that every member of BFU will be making. And that would kind of take away the duplicity of, okay, you didn't pay chapter dues, you didn't pay national dues. No, you will pay one due and collect it at the chapter level for BFU-USA. And we can, national and the chapter will manage that pool because all of it is BFU-USA's money. So when we do that, I think we will streamline because we have chapters that are so high, even more than national dues, and others that ask very little. So we have a fine amount that when you pay, you've paid for the annual for the year, and then you can, if you even if you leave your chapter and you move anywhere, you're still a BFU member. You will be in good standing, and that chapter will not be tasking you for additional chapter uh, dues for that year. So that is one thing that will make it even more convenient for folks to take on this sustainer
Sustainable
program,
program.
to simplify a lot of things. You just pay that on a monthly basis going forward, and nobody's asking you, hey, you have not paid your chapter dues, you've not done this or this. So I think that is a very beautiful thing that is coming up, and I just thought I should take this opportunity to kind of let folks know that those are some of the things that we don't want to start talking about now, when they've not come, like Jill keeps saying, don't let the cat out of the bag, right? I'm letting mine, I'm opening the van here with the horses to start sprinting out. So, but I just thought it's very important to share that so that we folks should have that perspective in mind of what is coming up when it concerns the family assistance program, which is a very great thing that I think the union is embarking upon. And everything from the legal side and administrative side, I think, is pointing to a very, very great and potentially very successful program that BF is going to be implementing starting this year. So, folks, sustainer is the key.
That's
Very good.
right.
Thank you, Mr. President. I know that we are stretching time, and as we always do. That time to us is very elastic. We stretched it and then we
It's not.
contract and stretch it.
We have to keep the time.
Yeah, so we
Don't
do
stretch
that.
it.
And
Yeah.
so, folks, we're not just going on and on and on. I want to appreciate everyone who has asked questions. I want to just stress that for right now, when it comes to the badges at the convention, it is physical badges, single badge that you get at this point in time. We are going to be working on our app, and for right now, what I can promise is that the app will help you in the activities that you can get. If it so happens that we get to a point at which the app can provide additional backup to your badge, that will be really a nice thing to have. That there's not a promise to that. Our in terms of our digital roadmap, our application, which was not available last year, we're working to make sure that Apple and Android can accept the requirements that we need to work through so that we can have notifications. You can know the program of the convention via your app and you get notifications that way. Room was not built in a day. So our focus is physical badges that get printed and ready for you by chapter and by alphabet order when you get to the convention. Very orderly distribution of badges. No printing of badges because we will have been expecting you as our member when you come. So there is not going to be, we don't have a secretariat that is paid to be doing that work so that our executive team that also belong to chapters, because we also have to go and be practicing and getting ready to perform with our chapters should be doing that. Okay, so Madam Chief Administrative Officer, I'm trying to make sure that people don't expect you to come there carrying printers and carrying things along the way. No, no. Physical badges, we will get them. That's why we're stressing. The deadline is in a week. If you're not yet registered, please talk to your chapter president, get that done. For those who just joined the call, while the issue of those who live in states where there are no chapters, like my very good boy here, grandma exception there, Dr. Yoyi Abasa. You're supposed to start on time. You are coming in late. And now you're asking this question. You are my own person. What is going on here? You're talking about Wisconsin. Our people in Wisconsin belong to Minnesota chapter. They even come for meetings. So that one is not even an issue. Our people that are in North Dakota, so even some of them drive down and come for meetings. So, for those who are not as close to us, like what my grandma exceptionally was just asking, for those who are farther away, like we in Minnesota have members in Washington State. They belong to Minnesota chapter. All right, they will register for the convention through Minnesota chapter. If they have their grandmas, if they have their guests, they are enjoying those privileges. That is how it works. Our members enjoy privileges. If you are coming from out of the country, it is most likely that you are being hosted by somebody. We want to pray that the person hosting you is not one of those that is what we are those when we are using you a latent
Latent
a
ghosts and
latent
latent members.
a goose member or a latent member. What to whom that you that you don't have the misfortune of coming to the US to visit somebody who doesn't even care about the chapter where they belong, right? Where they should have been. Because the reality is, if that person were a member or is a member, they, it's very easy. That's part of membership benefits that you will be paying $200 to enjoy everything we have in place, folks. For those, there are some people who convention is their only vacation that they take, so they may not understand how expensive it is to go with your family, take a hotel room for an entire weekend, and
And
pay
pay for activities.
pay for everything at market prices. Folks, check the price of the hotel that is outside of the BFU-USA code. That's where we can begin. The price of how much it costs to book the hotel. The food, remember, when you book the hotel with the BFU-USA code, you are getting 2 tickets for your breakfast. Now, go to the hotel, check the menu, and check the breakfast cost on their menu. Okay, then check how much it costs for dinner, check the lunch, then see how much it costs you per day if you were to just fly out to that hotel to stay there for an entire weekend with your family. That is the privilege that you get as BFU-USA member. We take that very seriously, hence prioritizing registration for our members that make this union work. Folks, we are coming to the end of our program in here. I'm just checking to make sure uh, that there are no additional questions coming in. Okay, thank you, Dr. Florence Georgier, my dear grandma exceptionnaire. My grandma said she just wanted us to emphasize on the issue of making sure that people should make sure they are affiliated with chapters. They should just sit there and think that, give an excuse. Oh, we are in somewhere where there's no chapter. So thank you, grandma. I know I can always count on you for this kind of stuff. Noel, my doctor. Well, Noel is proposing a proposal. Oh. We have business people in our community. and I like it. Eh? That businesses should be held to the same standard, okay, as active members. So businesses. So are you saying that we should charge people on businesses so that they should pay more?
Bu-
I want to understand.
Businesses are people, my friend. I think, I think the politician was not wrong to say that, right? Businesses are people, my friend.
Businesses are people.
Corporations have taken human qualities. But I like no, you have very fantastic ideas. I just appreciate. We're having a great time. This is what it's about. We're just having fun, right? A lot of you who are sending in things online, and that is true. Please, we also would love for those who uh, that have businesses, and if you have a business and you would like a particular recognition, if you want to sponsor something as a business, reach out. Okay, reach out to us. Reach out to our chief operation officer. When they come to the convention, she's in charge. So you have a
Correct.
business and you want to sponsor something at the convention as a matter of approval, reach out to the email is info@bfu-usa.org. Okay, you will get to June and you will work out what does it mean for sponsorship. Because we also
Correct.
have the Leaky Bobby, we have the TV channel, we have the quarterly, we have so many outlets for which you can use, okay, to brand and to get the word out about your business. Um, let me see the other question that came in from Genevieve. There was an issue encountered during registration. You pay your registration. All right. Genevieve, it seems this is very peculiar. Uh, so let me read it as you just wrote it. There was an issue I encountered during registration. I paid for my registration at a total $200, and I also charged 50 for the annual due. I don't know if anyone faced that or if it was just me. So if you use a discount code, you end up with $200. If you didn't use a discount code and you had already paid your annual due, then that will be it. But if it's that you had not paid and you didn't use a code and you see end up with $200, then that is something we need to look into. So thank you for bringing that up. If you don't mind me connecting, all right, or you connecting with you afterwards so that we understand where there may be a glitch, that would be great. I'm glad you brought that up, Genevieve. Thank you so much, very good. Thank you.
Do you have her contacts?
Uh,
Tell her,
Let her
Genevieve, can you
let her
send
ping
an
you.
email to info@bfu-usa.org as we speak, please? Thank you.
all right. I'm putting it in here. You said no volume. Kati, if you want to check Kati, if you want to check your sound system, whether you are not getting anything. I think Genevieve is just responding that she did not use a code and, she's not sure if she had paid the annual dues or not. So here is the email. I'm
Okay.
putting it online. I'm putting it right there so that please send connect with us using this email. I just sent the email in there. Genevieve, please connect with us through that email. It is right there. I just put it there in the chat function. Oh, the typing. It looks like the system captured my typing and it is the mic is very sharp. Yeah, it was like a chicken is eating something, right?
I'm sorry, was it taking my typing?
There was some typing. Were you the one typing? I thought I was
Yes,
the
I'm
one.
sorry.
Yeah,
It's
you
very
can do
sharp.
it.
The system
Just
is
mute it and
I'm
type.
so
very
sorry. It's so sharp. So I found Genevieve's registration. I was just sending her an email.
Okay.
okay. Okay. All right, folks. we're having a good time here. And we want to make sure that all the questions are being answered. Truly want to appreciate everyone who has asked questions. Shay Bill, thank
Yeah,
you so much for
for
all
your
the issues you have
contribution.
and the suggestions you have around security.
Hmm.
As a member of the executive team, some of those things we can talk with you
Yeah,
in our team meeting so that you can understand why maybe taking pictures and using them as a badge may not work for now. And some of those things we can handle as part of the team so that we are all on the same page. Because right now, again, for the purposes of emphasis, it is physical badges. Uh, Well, you are awesome as well. We are throwing it all back to you. You are also awesome. Let's say you guys are awesome. So we are throwing it back right back at her. You are awesome, and you serving over the uh, So, folks, this is what this is about. All right. I know we are nearly at time here, but there is something I want to do before you all go. There is a video that again reiterates what BFU-USA is about, what we've been able to do in the area of culture, health, and education over the years. And it's a call to action from our President and Chief Executive Officer. And before we wrap up tonight's broadcast, this is the first time that this is going to be played, introduced. So please stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for the last words after this video. That truly is, again, a call to action and reminds you of why we are so proud, right? We're proud of who we are. We are proud of who we are here at BFU-USA as members of chapters that make things work. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Boy Family Union is a US-based national sociocultural not-for-profit organization that carries out charitable initiatives in the areas of culture, education, and health, benefiting local communities in the US and in Boy Division in the Northwest region of Cameroon. BFU-USA is a member-supported 100% volunteer organization. Membership is open to all persons who by birth or other relationships are natives, friends, and well-wishers of Boy Division and are residing in the United States. The singular value that is fundamental to who we are and what we do is we're literally translated as who you are is a reflection of those around you. We believe that the community empowers us and that we are who we are because of the grace of others. As a community, we can accomplish much more than any one of us, and we can rally around our mantra, with the will be will. Here is what we've been able to achieve as part of our mission to improve healthcare. In May 2015, and in collaboration with the US-based MedShare, BFU-USA distributed medical supplies and equipment worth $500,000 to hospitals and health centers in Boy Division. The delivery was in addition to other medical supplies and equipment delivered to the Kifam, Biami, Oku, and the 12 other health centers in Boy Division.
To be very specific, now say that it's where it enter for with society. You know the grief for commode. Now they move this picking them for inside with medium. And they make them mommy where they begin for take care. For picking for the take care for mommy they take care for picking the picking. And I'm glad to say union like this one, it don't come up for take responsibility for that particular section. In actual fact, I don't know how much I fit thank the Boy Family Union. I don't know how much I fit thank them. Because this one actually,
Now, let's turn to the area of education. BFU-USA has been providing need-based funding to students and communities in Bui Division. The assistance has been mostly in the form of didactic materials and benches. We have also assisted in building classrooms and the rehabilitation of schools affected by natural disasters and other unavoidable accidents that leave children studying without shelter. In the US, our mission to promote and encourage education within the immigrant communities includes academic scholarships to celebrate academic excellence at all levels. BFU-USA has partnered with local chapters to fund pipe-borne water projects in many villages in Bui Division, helping villagers to stem dysentery and cholera outbreaks. With the people providing local materials and labor, the financial assistance from BFU-USA has created immeasurable impact across the regions serviced by these water projects. In the domain of culture, BFU-USA organizes annual conventions, which is a get-together of all its members in the United States.
BFU-USA is having their national convention right here in Dallas, Texas. Tonight is the second night, it's the celebration. Everyone is looking beautiful.
This is an immersive and participatory cultural festival. The broader American community has the opportunity to visit Bui, enjoy our hospitality, our food, the people, and the dances and songs without leaving the safety of their states.
Relax and enjoy Njang of New Jersey.
This event also helps to educate our children born here in the US and our guests about the culture of Bui Division. BFU is also proud of its legend, former Fred Uran, and in collaboration with the Fred Uran Legacy Foundation, executes the Fred Uran African Arts Day, an annual cultural jamboree organized by the St. Cloud City Council in Minnesota to celebrate African arts and honor its champion, Fred Uran.
We have just received now from the sons and daughters of Bui in USA 100 bags of rice and 4 cartons of salmon. I am so thankful, first as the pastor here, on behalf of the rest of the committee, we say thank you very much. God bless you.
The organization continuously intervenes in humanitarian missions, providing shelter and medicine to war victims, abused kids, and other helpless individuals in Bui Division. We have an ambitious agenda because the need is huge. We believe in our mission because we have faith in human spirit. Together, we can make a difference in each other's life, including people we don't even know. Please, join us. Let's build a culturally rich and inclusive future for our humanity, especially the people in Bui. Thank you for your generosity and support.
Amazing.
Make sure I can talk. Thank you, Mr. President. That
Done, Mr. President.
is a call to action. It's a reminder of who we are as a people and why we do what we do. For those who are online currently watching, it is not because you don't have other forms of entertainment that you can go to. It's not because you already have so much time on your hands that you're like, I can be able to take some time to do this. Every time you take time to go to a meeting, you take time to be part of a town hall meeting like this one, it is time you could have been doing something else. It is a sacrifice. And it's a sacrifice that has a foundation in generosity and in helping. Sometimes people you don't even know, like the president said in that overview message of who we are. Will Joel be aware? It is here that we're going to be rounding up. and I'm going to be going around, and we are going to have our chief operation officer say some last words, okay, before we wrap up, and then the president is going to say some words before we wrap up. And so, Madam Chief
Thank you,
Operation Officer.
Ntung. I just want to take this opportunity to thank everybody that joined the town hall. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for your participation. It was very interactive. Please, the only thing that I need to remind you is register for the convention. Please register, please register, please register. Our deadline is is 1 week from today, which is April the 30th. Please, 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 if you are encountering any issues, reach out to me, info@bfu-usa.org, or you can send a message to your national president and they can reach out to me. Um, Remember, if you don't have any chapters around, if your wherever you live is not a chapter, please affiliate with the closest chapter next to you so that you can benefit from the you can register and be able to enjoy the convention as a part of that chapter. I am so looking forward to seeing each and every one of you come July 20th to 23rd in New Jersey. Thank you and have a great rest of the week.
Excellent. Mr. President.
Nothing more really to add, Mr. EVP. I think Joe has said it all. I think we've emphasized the call to register. Let's respect those deadlines because those deadlines are there for a reason, and we stand by those deadlines. Please just register. If you have any issue, reach out. Sometimes you just need to like refresh your browser, and some of those problems will be solved. So far, the registration has been going on well. People who need help have gotten the help, and I see their names popping up. So let's just help each other, have a very smooth registration for this convention by, doing our part. So nothing really much to add here. And thank you all. To summarize it well, times here, time spent, and you are contributing by sacrificing. It's about decision making, right? You leave certain things and do certain things based on your priorities. So where you place your value, and being here means a lot to all of us. So thank you.
So, folks, that is it for tonight's broadcast. When we set out today, I promised you that you were going to have enough information, you were going to get your questions answered. And this is leaky bombing news. One thing you can count on, folks, is that we, your servants, are going to be getting all the informations that you need to be the best member in your chapter. We are going to be getting all the information that you need as you prepare to come for the convention. We are going to be bringing you notifications, reminders, maybe drop in airlines tickets and things like that. But before we get to all of that, one thing that we need you to live with tonight is that registration, priority registration ends April 30th. Priority registration for our members, the members of chapters, the different chapters of BFU-USA. Priority registration ends April 30th. If you're not registered, please hurry register so that we can ensure that we get the rooms that those who are members of our union don't have. We can get the rooms for them. But more importantly, we can get the data that our host chapter, New Jersey, who are already doing everything it takes to take the game to a whole new level. They need the data so that they make sure that you eat the food and have food to take to your rooms, have food that you can wake up at 2 a.m. and say, I want to just want some food and eat because the food tastes so good. That is what it's about. We need the data. It is about you, folks. It's really all about you. So help us serve you better. I'm going to be leaving you with one musical interlude, but rest assured that we are going to be coming out with a whole host of programming beginning today. Today is the countdown to the convention. I'll be working with the Chief Operation Officer to reach out to chapters. Okay. No, my mouth. I won't say it again. Stay tuned. A lot is coming on that front as we count down to the convention. Okay. All right. So the last thing before we go is this beautiful tune. I always like to share it because it's very beautiful. So thank you, folks, for those who were online. Thank you. Thank you. You make us proud to serve you. You are the best. Have a great evening and a great rest of your week. May God bless you and bless your families. Enjoy this last piece before I end the broadcast.